Good evening and many thanks for joining us. You're watching QTV News, coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Ansmane Sonyase. Here are the main news headlines. Now, following the shooting at Sukuta traffic lights, which claimed the lives of 2 police officers and left 1 injured, the media and the public were updated on how the investigation is proceeding. President Adama Barrow presided over the swearing-in of a new Minister of Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs and the Director of Public Prosecutions. The much talked about anti-corruption bill is now near enactment as it is set for a 3rd reading and a subsequent assenting by the President before it becomes a law. The Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy Thursday concluded the first ever West Africa Digital Governance Forum jointly organized with UN agencies. And the UNFPA country office in partnership with UNICEF convened a high-level engagement to address the country program documents CPD 2024-2028. Stay tuned for more on these and other stories. Now, following the shooting at Sukuta traffic lights, which claimed the lives of 2 police officers and left 1 injured, the media and the public were updated on how the investigation is proceeding. The briefing was done by the Deputy Inspector General of Police, the National Security Advisor, and the Minister of Interior, respectively. Here are excerpts from the press briefing.
On that fateful day, we noticed a significant amount of telephone traffic from the suspect and a lot of callers between the hours of 1900 or 1800 to 2100 hours. A high volume of telephone traffic. Like I said, this telephone traffic was identified. It gives you Bruceby turntable. There's a cell tower. Few hours later, the same signals were picked up between Sifo and Dimbaya. So that means from this point here, the suspect has been moving. And as a result of that, finally, his location was detected into the Senegalese territory, and that's where the telephone signals went dead. The protocols were applied. Most of you here are aware that there is a 5-kilometer radius hot pursuit between the 2 countries. I invoked that hot pursuit through the Minister of Interior, and within 20 minutes, they were on site. Somebody that we did not identify at the time was handed over to us, purportedly being the suspect. We did not confirm whether it was the suspect or not at the time. But true to his own confessions, we connected the dots and we suspected that is the very suspect that we are looking for. So in that 30 hours now, so far we have significant leads that direct to a direction where he is totally implicated, and the weapon used from his own mouth, that he has been possessing a weapon for a very long time, and indeed this said weapon was with him the Thursday that court sitting was in Banjul, from his own mouth. Again, the dress that he was identified with, that is the dress and boots that he have led investigators to that domain, and all of them are recovered. The investigation is on court, and there are so many positive leads indicating to the suspect of being an accomplice or being the perpetrator of this horrendous crime.
Usainu Boyang is currently assisting the ongoing investigation, which has resulted in the arrest of others who are believed to be accomplices or aided and abetted the alleged suspect. So far, as we speak, 6 persons of interest are in police custody, excluding the alleged suspect. The team of investigators are focused on establishing the possible motive of this dastardly act, whether it was a lone individual or a group. What we know is that it is a pistol, it's a firearm. What we also know is that the suspect have indicated to us that he acquired the weapon in Casamas. The suspect have also indicated to us that he has not served in any of the security institutions, but was a member of the rebel group in Casamas. And unless we lay hand on that weapon, which we are doing our best to do so, we will be able to give further information as it relates to that. The Gambia Police Force and all other security and law enforcement agencies are responsible for the maintenance of law and order, thus guaranteeing peace and stability in the country. In the exercise of this sacred national duty, these officers face danger to their own lives and safety, and in this instance, they pay the ultimate price with their own lives in carrying out this national duty for their country. We collectively pray that the Almighty Allah grant the departed souls paradise and grant the bereaved families the strength and fortitude to bear the irreparable loss.
When duty calls, routine police procedures take place, and it should be taken just in that light, not as a consideration of targeting individuals. I cannot run away from this. It sickens me to read or to listen to audios where people were laughing about the loss of life and even claiming that more should have been done, threatening very nastily against people who are out to protect you. They protect all of us. Can we please show some love to the servicemen?
The Deputy Inspector General of Police, the National Security Advisor and Interior Minister there, updating the media and members of the public on how investigations into the unfortunate police or PIU shooting incident which claimed the lives of 2 officers is proceeding. And rest assured, we would continue to keep you updated on anything surrounding that incident as soon as we get information. Moving on now, President Adama Barrow presided over the swearing-in of the new Minister of Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs, Usman Sow, and the Director of Public Prosecutions, Abdurrahman Maitama Yusuf, at the State House in Banjul on Thursday. For more, here's Alusi Say.
Addressing the appointees following the taking of their respective oaths of office, President Barrow said the cabinet position comes with trust and expectation from the people and executive. He added that Gambians demonstrated their trust and confidence in him to lead them, and it is with similar convictions and confidence that he identified and appointed qualified persons to fill positions of authority in government.
The appointment of Honorable Usman Sow as Minister of Lands is the result of the faith I have in him as a loyal Gambian national who has served this nation for many years and in various capacities. My decision to appoint him to this position was influenced by his experience, qualifications, character, and performance in public service.
The President further stated that one of the critical areas of reforms is directly linked to land administration, adding that land conflicts and related legal cases have been a major challenge and that there is a strong need to modernize land administration. He said Sow has a huge challenge in implementing court rulings and resolutions with land matters. He urged the minister to initiate reconciliation and foster peace in the communities to implement development plans smoothly.
We must all remember also that serving the people in a public office is a privilege, but delivering according to one's mandate is an obligation. Furthermore, every public officer should realize that there are other qualified Gambians who could equally serve the nation in the various positions that exist. I will continue to emphasize that my government's determination to strengthen our national institutions through democracy and good governance call for transparency and accountability to the public.
President Barrow noted that the appointment of a Director of Public Prosecutions is similarly important in dispensing justice and will expedite the process of justice dispensation. Usman Sow, the new Lands Minister, said his appointment represents a bestowing of trust on him while expressing commitment to restructuring and reforming the ministry as a premier ministry.
In this regard, land administration and land reforms, and land allocations, land control and land management will be quite high on the priority of what we do as a ministry in the interest of government, the public, the community, and the development and national transformation agenda of the Gambia.
Mr. Sow, who is the immediate past Director General of the State Intelligence Service, further stated that high on his agenda is the repositioning of the work of regional governors and administrations so they become entry points for service delivery and other forms of interventions across the country. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
And the report there by Aliou Cissé will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled device. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. "5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that commercial break. Be reminded you're watching QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. Now, the much talked about anti-corruption bill is now near enactment as it is set for a third reading and a subsequent assenting by the President before it becomes a law after 4 years since it was tabled in Parliament. Aliou Cissé again.
In 2019, former Justice Minister Abubakar Tambadou tabled the bill before the 5th legislature for enactment. It was inherited by the current Parliament. The Parliament couldn't complete the consideration stage during the second ordinary session. On Thursday, lawmakers finalized the consideration stage with amendment as they went through the bill clause by clause, assisted by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice.
Honourable members, it is proposed that clause 20 stand part of the bill. Those in favour, please say aye. Not in favour, please say no. The ayes have it.
The bill seeks, among other things, to prohibit and prescribe punishment for corruption and other related offences. It creates an anti-corruption commission, vesting it with the responsibility for investigation and prosecution of offenders. It provides for punishment ranging from a fine not exceeding $1 million and an imprisonment not exceeding 5 years or both, among other sanctions. Members voted to omit clause 37 of the bill, which states a person who, being or have been a public officer, is in possession of unexpected wealth through him or her or another person, maintains a standard of living above that which is commensurate with his or her present or past emoluments, commits an offence, and is liable on conviction to a fine of $300,000 or to imprisonment for 7 years or above.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm happy to report that the bill entitled the Anti-Corruption Bill 2019 has gone through the consideration stage and is ready to be adopted with amendments.
The bill provides for the protection of a person who gives information to the Commission in respect of an offense committed or likely to be committed by any person. In the same vein, the bill equally provides that a person found guilty by a court of law to knowingly and intentionally giving false information is fined nothing less than $100,000 and not exceeding $300,000, or an imprisonment of nothing less than 1 year and not exceeding 3 years or above. The Justice Minister is urged to ensure the amended version is printed before the third reading next Tuesday. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
Now, the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy Thursday concluded the first ever West Africa Digital Governance Forum, jointly organized with the United Nations University Operational Unit in Policy-Driven Electronic Governance in collaboration with the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. More in this report. The Gambia made history hosting the first edition of the Western Africa Forum on Digital Governance, WADGov. This is a remarkable feat given that the country's Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy is a little over a year old. In keeping up with the country's history of playing leadership roles in setting up key regional organizations, the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, in partnership with UniEGov and UNECA, gathered IT experts and regulators across the sub-region to share ideas and experiences in a bid to strengthen digital governance in West Africa. The two-day meeting also ushered in the formation of the Western Africa Forum on Digital Governance, which seeks to promote ECOWAS member states in harnessing digital governance mechanisms for promoting sustainable development and more inclusive societies. Launching the forum, the Gambia's Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Usman Bah, expressed government's delight at hosting and launching the first ever WADGov Forum. He says the Gambia is committed to working closely with neighboring countries to foster synergies and regional cooperation, as well as shape the path to accelerate Western Africa government's digital transformation.
The digital technology are a catalyst to achieve the socio-economic development through a digital empowerment, as well as the engine of growth and providers for essential service. Therefore, in order to achieve the economic reliance and digital sovereignty for all, we need a resilient digital ecosystem.
Delfina Suarez, Director of UNEGov Project, and Lamin Kamara, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, hope the forum will promote the design and assessment of regional and national strategies for digital governance and citizen empowerment in Western Africa. They also echoed Minister Bah's call for close collaboration.
Highly important. We can only do this movement together. It is, of course, it is also part of the duty of a country to move, to develop itself. But particularly nowadays with the digital technologies, with all this exchange of data outside borders, it's essential that we collaborate, that we find solutions that can work as well as possible.
A successful digital transformation is enabling the public sector to operate efficiently and effectively in the digital environment. Therefore, the increase in digital technology such as artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, cloud computing, big data, edge computing, and 5G are forcing governments to rethink and adopt digital governance methods.
Lang Loom, Director of E-Governance at the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, and Dr. Eric Kwama, one of the participants at the forum, also spoke on the importance of the event and called on partners to support governments to strengthen digital governance in their respective member states.
So I think the most important thing for digitalization is collaboration. So right now we're of course collaborating with many of the partners, including the World Bank, EU, on the digitization projects that are within the ministry. And we hope to, continue that collaboration and partnership in terms of supporting the ministry to digitize the whole country. So I think the key word here will be to continue this collaboration with the partners.
Okay, I will say because during the 2 days we actually discuss about many topic on digital governance, topic related to artificial intelligence, topic related to data.
It is hoped that the WhatGov Forum will promote close collaboration between players in the digital sector, as digital governance initiatives, strategies and policies have a widely recognized potential to promote the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. At the end of the event, participants develop a strategy called the Banjul Recommendations, which they hope will provide a clear framework for timely sharing of information relating to e-governance in West Africa. Ansmane Sonyasi for QTV News. The UNFPA country office, in partnership with UNICEF, convened a high-level engagement to address the country program documents CPD 2024-2028, integral to its development agenda. Lena Igwenyiba tells us more.
The engagement focused on the UNICEF, UNDP and UNFPA country program documents, CPDs, for 2024 to 2028, to provide an update on them while emphasizing programmatic shifts for the upcoming cycle and the successful finalization of the 3 joint programs. This dialogue is a collaborative discussion to enhance coordination, build partnerships, and strengthen the United Nations' ability to support the Gambia's national development priorities. Desta Turine is the United Nations resident coordinator.
UNICEF, UNFPA, and UNDP and the government of Gambia have developed their country programs in areas of each agency's comparative advantage. I commend the government for their close collaboration across the strengthened United Nations system and beyond close partnership, noting that this will help accelerate the Gambia's achievement of the SDGs.
Representing the Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad, Habib Jara, the ministry's permanent secretary, mentioned that this event strengthens the partnership and collaboration among UN agencies in the Gambia and the government as they are all working towards shared objectives.
This gathering is one of the traditions of our partnership between the Gambia government and the UN systems in the country, and that will ensure that the UN system accompanies the government of the Gambia in pursuit of its development agenda. And in this regard, it is with regards to the preparation and finalization of the 3 country development programs.
Salimata E.T. Toure, Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, urged participants to make the most of the opportunity offered by this event, expressing gratitude to UN agencies for their long-standing partnership and their extensive contributions to the Gambia.
Let me therefore call on participants to utilize this event to dialogue, enhance coordination, build partnerships, and strengthen the United Nations' ability to support the Gambia's national development priorities, the SDGs, and improve the lives of the people we serve. Finally, let me seize this opportunity to convey the government of the Gambia's most profound appreciation to all the UN agencies for the extensive consultations to ensure that the CPDs are nationally determined. We value your continued support for our government's pursuit of a green, resilient, sustainable, and inclusive economy while eradicating poverty and promoting political stability, security, and development for all.
The CPDs outline specific Gambian priorities and strategic focus aligned with the country's national development goals. As they are being discussed collaboratively, it is anticipated that these CPDs will genuinely reflect the objectives of the Gambian government for its people, in line with the nation's development aspirations. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwenyiba.
And I'm afraid this is where we draw the curtains on this bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, here's a recap from main headlines. Following the shooting at Sukuta traffic lights, which claimed the lives of 2 police officers and left 1 injured, the media and the public were updated on how the investigation is proceeding. President Adama Barrow presided over the swearing-in of the new Minister of Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs and the Director of Public Prosecutions. The much talked about anti-corruption bill is now near enactment as it is set for a third reading and subsequent assenting by the President before it becomes a law. The Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy Thursday concluded the first ever West Africa Governance Forum jointly organized with UN agencies. And the UNFPA country office in partnership with UNICEF convened a high-level engagement to address the country program documents CPD 2024-2028. That's it for this bulletin. To join us tomorrow same time for more news. Thanks for watching.